ladies, little boys, haters, welcome back. Let's talk about this Kobe Bryant card that sold for $120,000 the other day on PWCC's website in their premier auction. Now, who owned this card? It was supposedly owned by Cardkahuna, aka JG, aka Jacob. Now, who is that? Well, he is the person who, along with Mealy Pops, bought this case of Pokemon cards, sent it over to BBCE with Steve Hart. He wrapped it. They sold this case of Pokemon First Edition to Shine for like $2.3 million. And then it ends up famously in the hands of Logan Paul. At about the beginning of the year, Logan Paul opens it, and inside, poof, are G.I. Joe cards. So JG is one of the, two people involved with this scam. Mealy Pop supposedly, through a lawyer, has paid back Shine the money that he owes Shine. Now, the hunt is on for JG, aka Cardkahuna. This guy's like one of the most wanted people in the sports card industry. He owes Shine and essentially Logan Paul over $1 million. Well, maybe he's liquidating some assets. Maybe he's, trying to get some money together to go to Aruba or go to some third world country. But he sold this Kobe Bryant card about a week ago for $120,000. Now, what else do we know about this card? Well, according to Rattle Pokemon, the guy who basically exposed that this, Pokemon First Edition case was fake, he did a video the other day that said this card had some other former owners that we know of and that we've talked about before. One of them being Michael Menaris. Yes, that Michael who owned Mark's Cards, the bankrupt PSA Ponzi scheme shop, who is still involved with bankruptcy proceedings and in their group sub business that went bankrupt again at about the beginning of the year. So Michael Menaris used to own this Kobe Bryant card, and he sent this card into PSA, not one, not two, not three, but 4 different times supposedly. And each time PSA said, no, Michael, this card is trimmed. So this card remains in a BGS holder and an NBA authentic sticker. That's what that gold little thing is on the card. Maybe at some point we'll talk about Mike Baker authenticated, but what a fraud and a scam that is, on top of the grading companies. Now, according to Rattle Pokemon, JG, aka Cardkahuna, bought the Kobe Bryant knowing that it was trimmed. So, he had to take it over to somebody like PWCC who would be willing to sell it for him without disclosing this type of information. And that's exactly what happened. Now, PWCC had this card up for sale, and a bunch of people sharp-eyed, eagle-eyed people did contact them and say, hey, this is that shady guy Cardkahuna's card, and oh yeah, this card is supposedly trimmed. Can you look into it? Well, PWCC, being the shady company they are, they didn't just look into it. They communicated with Rattle Pokemon that, one, an employee of PWCC and Cardkahuna are friends. Secondly, PWCC says, hey, the card's in a BGS holder. It's NBA authenticated. If you send anything in a BGS holder to PSA, according to PWCC, they'll just slap it as trimmed because they're competitors. They don't like anything in a BGS holder, and they don't want to, cross over anything, especially like a big expensive Kobe Bryant rookie card. They'd rather just insult the customer and insult BGS in a way and say the thing was trimmed. So turns out Cardkahuna has some friends over there at PWCC who are willing to sell questionable cards. We shall see if the liquidation of some of these trimmed and altered cards by Cardkahuna will spur any action of him, any repayment or legal action in the Mealy Pops, Logan Paul, Shine, fake first edition Pokemon case drama. That'll be interesting to watch. And I've teased this a number of times. We're going to come back closer to the 3-year anniversary of the card trimming scandal or the national, and I'm going to release all 12 episodes at once. Hey, I've already finished some of them, but I'm going to release, it's going to be about 10 to 12 episodes featuring the card trimming scandal, which features a lot of PWCC, a lot of Brent Higgins making really weird statements, and statements that when you look back years later are just bizarre. And we'll see you know, some of you guys who are maybe new to the hobby or don't know some of the details of that, you're going to see what many people have known for a long time, that PWCC is shady, that they conduct in shill bidding, and that they're willing to get in bed with shady characters like JG, aka Cardkahuna, who's one of the most wanted men in all of sports cards, and not only sell his cards, but also befriend him. And, you know, openly dismiss anything that rattle Pokemon. The guy who discovered that the first edition case was fake says, you know, about anything else that might be shady about anything that PWCC or Cardkahuna is selling. And it turns out this Kobe Bryant card has some history and is probably one you want to stay away from. But that's it for today. I'm sure we'll be back very soon to talk about some of the other scams, scandals, and shadiness in the sports card world.